Merry meet and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 6th of July, 2024. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Shirley and the lovely I Am Her Eminence, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Dre. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us today. Today I'm reading with the Dark Wood Tarot by Sasha Graham, and let's purify with this Florida water that I've put in a little bit of a spray bottle here. 3 sprays in this big room is more than sufficient. You can find links to purchase these products in the video of this and the video description, of this video on my YouTube channel. And this does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem to apply to you, just disregard it and check out the zodiacal readings for your sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. The most recent of those readings are easily restreamed on our website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com. Just click on the free online tarot readings link in the main menu. And as a reminder, if you're watching us on a restream on YouTube, you don't have to watch the shuffling if you don't feel like it. You can use the timestamps in the video description to get right to the reading. Let's see, we do have a shop, and that's at arielscornershop.com. arielscornershop.com. It's still a bunch of affiliate links, which means we make a small commission off of each and every sale. But I've been told that we're about ready, almost within the next couple weeks, I believe, to launch our new shop. So keep an eye out. If you want to make sure to get all of the announcements from Ariel's Corner, you can sign up for our emails, and you can do that on the bottom of any page of our website, arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com. If you're on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga, or if you're on YouTube, you could always use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation and you don't feel like getting off of that platform. We do appreciate your support, and we do appreciate you for being here for this general daily reading for all signs. All right, let's just get this deck cut here, and we will see what is in the cards for everybody today. If you don't happen to be watching this on July 6th, it's still appropriate for you whenever you happen to be watching it. 2 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles or Coins, and 9 of Swords. Okay, the 2s are the impatience, usually. Now, it's telling you that one of the things that is important for you, and some of you, it looks like, are already attempting to do this. The 2 of Swords is telling you that the impatience is best dealt with by learning how to meditate, by learning how to focus your mind. And you can use, if you don't know how to meditate, you can use my easy method. It's called the Magic Minute, and you can find a link to that. Well, you can just search YouTube Gatoga Magic Minute, but you can learn it in just a few moments. It's a very short video, and you can practice it in as briefly as 1 minute a day. And then as you expand on that little by little, what happens is you gain more power over your mind. And so a lot of the impatience that you might be going through is much more easily dealt with, because what happens is this impatience starts to fester and to grow into its own sort of thought system. And then what you get is a bunch of worry. The 9 of Swords is worrying about the future. But that's just an undisciplined mind, because you don't worry about the future, because worrying about the future means that you're not living in the present. And reminding yourself that a lot of that worry is based on impatience on your part that hasn't been dealt with. And for many of you, it's impatience about money, which can turn into worry about money or worry about finances. And worrying about finances isn't a way to really help your finances. Now, if you're worried about something and there's something you can obviously do about it, that's different. You should do something about it. But just sitting and worrying about the future and not knowing, what to do or where to go, that's not the highest use of our mind. So getting focused, getting the mind focused is the first step. And when you can get that mind focused, then you can make new choices. And instead of saying, where is it, where is it, where is it, you can turn that into, I am now being prospered. The universe is prospering me in all ways. And when you can just shift that thought, then there's not as much tendency for you to worry. Because if you do a lot of worrying unchecked, for one thing, it's really stressful and hard on your nervous system. And on a metaphysical level, if it's left unchecked for long enough, you can actually start creating some of those worries when that was never supposed to be. So be aware of that. Be aware that worry is not the highest use of your creative facilities and your mental capabilities. So learning how to deal with this impatience in a creative way, and the best way to do that, first and foremost, is to get your mind focused and learning how to do some sort of meditation. It doesn't have to be my method, but something. King of Swords, Ace of Coins, and Seven of Wands. So the King of Swords I think that this is where some of the impatience is coming from, and maybe some of your distracted thinking is coming from, is there's this, many of you are coming out of a period, or at least an event, where you didn't have much control over yourself. And some of you either were externally or at least internally really having that need to be right take precedence over your happiness. And that need to be right rather than happy is always a road to injury, mentally at least. And the sooner you can forgive yourself for anything that you may have said or did while you were in that state, first and foremost, it's a very human state when you're in one of those, like, I don't care. I want everybody to die, that kind of thing. We all go through that occasionally. And if you went through that, you don't need to feel bad about yourself for going through that. You need to just focus your mind. You just need to focus your mind and recognize that that's a human thing. Everybody goes through that, but we don't need to double down on it. We don't need to be right about that. We can say, oh, that was just me being King of Swords. That was just me doing that, not having any control over myself. And the reason I didn't have control over myself is I hadn't yet learned how to focus my mind. But now I'm focusing my mind, and so I'm not going to be so easily controlled by my ego, and I won't get it. I'm not as easily captivated by those ideas of the ego mind to basically to scorch the earth. And again, not everybody does it externally. Some of you just really internalize that too. And so when you let that go, when you first of all forgive yourself and just realize that's a human thing. You went through what you went through, and that's fine. You did. But now you can think again so that you're not constantly having to go through that, because like I say, it's very injurious after a while to keep that up. And see, what happens is when we feel guilty about something, then we're worried that there's some sort of punishment on its way, even though we may not verbalize it that way. And so that's where a lot of this worry may be coming from, is that you're feeling bad about something that you thought, something that you did, or something that you said. And realize that you're not the one and only person that ever went through a King of Swords experience. You're not that one person. Everybody's gone through that. So if there is something that needs to be cleaned up, you can apologize. You can make amends. But all you have to do is apologize once and make amends once. You don't need to grovel. You don't need to feel bad about yourself. But by the same token, you also don't need to double down on that King of Swords energy. You need to recognize that that's not something that you want. And once you extricate yourself from that, then you realize that that's probably where a lot of this impatience, was coming from. And when you realize that you don't need that anymore, then you're more open and receptive to the fact that the thing that you're so impatient about is sitting there waiting for you. A lot of you that are worried and impatient about money, you're so preoccupied with all of that hubbub in your mind that you're missing out on the fact that it's right there. So now that you're learning how to focus your mind on prosperity. Focus your mind on receiving the prosperity, receiving those financial wins. I am prosperous right now. The universe is prospering me in every minute. Every day in every way, I'm becoming more and more prosperous. Those kinds of thoughts. And just let them sink into your mind and notice that changes the tide. Well, I don't know if it changes the tide, but it changes how you deal with the tide. It definitely changes the course of your ship. So, and you can look at your life as like a big, giant ocean liner. The ocean liners don't really, they can go with the tide if they need to, but they can also go against the tide if they need to. They can go anywhere they want to on the ocean because they are so powerful. It's just a matter of where they're headed. And when you're coming from that King of Swords and that confusion, then you're worried, and then you're headed toward your worries. But instead, when you start to take charge of your mind and you look and you say, well, wait a minute, I could just as easily think thoughts of prosperity. Then when you start thinking those thoughts of prosperity, you're literally changing the course of your ship and you're headed in that direction. That's what the 7 of Wands is an upgrade. Now this upgrade says that it's coming through your work. So there's going to be maybe a pay raise or new clients or something that eventually it turns into money, so that you're not so worried anymore about it. But instead of being impatient about it, you're learning that impatience doesn't do anything for you other than make you worried and upset. So instead, you're learning how to recalibrate your mind and think thoughts of prosperity. And when you do that, like I said, it changes the course of your direction, and then that upgrade is right there for you. And so that prosperity starts out as an upgrade in your working. So like I said, for some of you, it's a raise in pay. For some of you, it's a promotion. For some of you, it's a new business or a better way of doing your business, new clientele, whatever it is, it's an upgrade. And from that upgrade is where that Ace of Coins finds expression. And then you no longer have anything to worry about. But recognize that if you can start letting go of the worry, rather than saying, well, I'll stop worrying once something happens that I want, recognize that once you let go of the worry, it's easier for you to use your mind to create the things that you want. Instead of waiting for things to get better and then you won't worry, turn that around and say, I'm going to stop worrying and get my mind focused on what I want. And what you want is nothing unusual. You don't want anything that's not your right to have. You deserve it. You deserve to have your financial needs met. You deserve to have your bills paid or whatever these things are. But you're learning that having that King of Swords experience is not the way to get it, because the King of Swords doesn't want you to be happy. That's that part of your mind that doesn't want you to be happy. It just wants you to be right at the expense of your happiness. And usually, that King of Swords wants other people to be wrong. Now, sometimes the King of Swords even wants you to be wrong, and he wants you to be right about being wrong. So it just can get really convoluted. So learning to just recognize the King of Swords when it comes up. That's you being unreasonable. That's when you're being unreasonable. You need to be right at all costs. When you'd rather not be happy, you just are so upset about something. Noticing when that happens and recognizing it for what it is. That's a personality facet that is unresolved within you that needs to be looked at. You don't have to really do much about it, because just recognizing it and noticing it usually is all that it takes for it to just move away, so that you can get more focused. And that's that focus of that meditation, learning how to make better choices about what you do want, rather than thinking that you're the victim of your circumstances, which causes you to change, like I said, that direction of your ship and allow you to have those upgrades necessary to receive the benefits that you've been looking for. But you've got to let go of the worry first. So let's let go of that worry and get creative with our minds so that we can have the prosperity or whatever it is that you're looking for that is your birthright. Thank you so much for spending some time today, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators, Shirley, I Am Her Eminence, and Dre. We'll see everybody for another daily reading tomorrow. Until then, blessed be.